Hi everyone, welcome back to If My Heart Wings, episode 48. So, I'm back at the section screen, and I've shown you the Ageha option and the Kotori option. So, this is from episodes 46 and 47, and if you remember, the Ageha option, well, Ageha wanted to revisit the old times of them being together, so Aoi and Ageha, and they played tag, well, kind of, in the shopping district. So, as little kids, they hung out in the secret base, which is a half-demolished store, but now it's officially demolished for good. And they also caused a lot of trouble as little kids doing dangerous stunts. And it's good that Anchan or Tatsuya had to yell at them, telling them to be careful. And for Kotori's option, Kotori's upset because she feels that she can't contribute something unique or special to the club. And being in a wheelchair makes it worse. And Aoi has to help Kotori cheer her up. But then Kotori's kind of jealous that Aoi has some other girls to talk to, so when they're about to go to the new secret base, Aoi got stopped by some new first year girls. So let's see what happens with the Asa option, and I'm pretty sure I'm coming close to the end of the common and divergence routes. So let's see, Asa. Okay, so I'm sorry, I have to pass for today. So at least Ageha and Kotori understand that, well, Aoi's busy and he has other things to do. So Ageha didn't really try to pursue it. So how about we go together? So Kotori and Ageha. Okay. So the two of them leave the classroom together, and I send them off, then head to the first grade classrooms. So what's going on over there? So which classroom is Asa's? So I look around while walking down the hallway where the first grade classrooms are, or first year. I just kind of casually decide to come here, but maybe I'm a little out of place. Oh, okay, so this is the classroom. So, where's Asa? So what's going on with Asa? And I noticed that she's not wearing that green ribbon that identifies her as Asa. And it looks like it's Yoru. Oh, so there she is. Hey, I'm Asa? So what's she thinking about? So I think you already heard, but we're taking a day off from club activities today, so if you are free, I thought we could head back together, so how about it? So Asa isn't responding to me at all. So what's up? Do you feel well? Or do you not feel well?
いきなり1年のクラスに侵入してきてナンパだなんて。あんたって本当に軽い男ね。
So I'm pretty sure this is not Asa but Yoru. Because only Yoru would be upset about Aoi coming into the classroom. Huh?
そもそも人違いだし。
So hey, by the way, so I'm not Asa and you got the wrong person. And I'm pretty sure Aoi could tell. Oh, so You're not Asa.
あれ、葵先輩、どうしたんですか、こんなところで。
So this is Asa, and you can see the green ribbons on her hair. Oh, Asa? So Asa pokes her head out from the classroom and then runs over to me. So that means that this has to be, obviously, it's... So that one's the real one and this one's a fake. Well, come on. Even though it's a... Well, then again, Yoru has nothing in relation to Asa. Well, they look the same, they're twins, but they act differently. So basically, Yoru can't be a fake Asa.
誰が偽物よ。
And Yoru's getting tired of Aoi treating her as the false or fake Asa.
私は夜。あれだけ一緒にいるのにどうして間違えちゃうかな。
And she has to clarify. It's like, I'm Yoru. So get that right. But then again, you're in Asa's desk.
一緒に帰ろうって夜ちゃんが来てたんですけど、私職員室に用事があったからここで待ってもらってたんです。
But then again, you can't really say like, well, you're at Asa's desk, so you must be Asa. That's a very bad way to identify someone.
そういうわけよ。
So I see. So that's why she's here.
で、あんたは人の姉さんをナンパしに1年の教室までやってきた。
So by the way, why are you here? Well, I'm not flirting. So I thought that since we live in the same dormitory and are in the same club, so if we got some free time, well, we could head back together and it would be a good chance to get to know each other better. Well, I wonder how Yoru's going to respond to this.
部活じゃなくて同好会でしょ。
Come on. So it's a society or a circle, not a club. But still, they're together and that counts. Well, it may seem like that on the surface, but to me, it still feels like a club.
何よそれ。
Oh, how lame. So, I at least went to think of it as a club. Or I want to think of it as a club. And if we don't do that, we won't be able to have it restored as a club. And the Soren Club has been shut down, but Amane fought so desperately to protect it. And we'll make it a club again.
なんか暑苦しそうなこと考えてそうな顔ね。
Well, no, well, I'm just enjoying my youth.
何よそれ。
Lame.
まあまあ。で、先輩一緒に帰るんですか？私は大丈夫ですよ。
Well, how about just Asa or like me and Aoi go together, and if you don't want to tag along, Yoru, you're okay. Oh, really?
ちょっと姉さん、私はどうなるのよ。
Wait, so you want to leave me alone? You want to put me in the dark? You want to strand me? That's bad to your twin.
夜ちゃんも一緒に帰ればいいんじゃないの？
So if you don't want that to happen, then how about you join us? So either one or the other, and you can't throw Aoi out. So,
いやよ、なんでこいつなんかと。
well, I want option 3, so just two of us without Aoi.
葵先輩いい人だよ。だったら夜ちゃん、今日は別々に帰る？
Well, I won't accept that. So if you don't like going with Aoi, then number 2. So you go alone and I go with Aoi. How's that?
姉さん、あっさりとそいつを取っちゃうんだ。
So am I a bad sister? Is he better than me? That's kind of depressing. Wait, really? So Yoru can't decide which one to pick. It's like, one, if you want to go with Asa, then you have to go with Aoi. If you don't want to go with Aoi, then you have to lose Asa too. So in the end, Yoru decided to come with us. Okay, so basically option 1, so I'll go together.
仕方ないでしょ。それに姉さんとあんた二人きりなんて何かの間違いがあったら怖いし。
So is Yoru very inconfident with her sisters? Like, well, if I leave her alone, then she'll scream and she'll go into all the troubles that I can't imagine. So I think it's better if I come along to make sure she's okay and doesn't do stupid things.
間違いってえ葵先輩、私にそんなことを。
Hey, so what are you blushing for? So Asa, I wouldn't do anything like that. Come on. So Yoru's just feeding you wrong thoughts.
本当のところはどうだか。いきなり後輩のクラスに押しかけてナンパするような先輩だし。
Oh, really? So I find it strange that you would go home together with your underclassmen. That's kind of awkward. Well, I told you, that's not what I was thinking of when I came to the classroom. I just want to get to know Asa, that's all.
世間一般的にそういうのをナンパってのよ。
So I wonder where Yoru gets her information from, because that's a pretty big generalization. Or a big assumption.
私ナンパされてたんだ。
And it's giving Asa the wrong ideas. Well, I never intended to flirt with them, or with Asa. But I guess to those around us, that it might seem that way.
無自覚が一番立ち悪いわよね。
And it's even worse that you don't realize it. Well, at the same time, I feel that Yoru is being oversensitive, and she's being too paranoid about Asa doing the wrong things.
私はすごいと思いますよ、葵先輩のことは。遠慮なく歩み寄ってくるというか、距離を詰めるのがうまいというか。
So did he brainwash you?
しかし、お前すごいよな。
Okay. Wait, what do you mean?
転校してきていきなりあのハバネさんと仲良くなっちゃってさ。望月先輩ともお近づきになったんだろう。
Okay, so he remembers in the past, like, so when I showed up in school, I get all these remarks about how I connect to the outliers of the school. So, Kotori being disconnected with the class because of her wheelchair issue, and Amane, she's been in school forever and really doesn't connect with anyone. And now, Asa. So the worst ones are those who lack self-awareness. So it's true that at the time I didn't really take it, the things that people said to me.
ま、あんたの場合はデリカシーがないというか、単に男女分け隔てなく付き合ってるだけでしょうけど。
It's like, well, you're completely hopeless. Hey, well, I guess not.
それはそれで女としてはムカつくよね。
So what should I do then?
うちの姉さんに手を出さなければいいだけの話よ。
Well, it's best that if you leave my sister Asa alone. Because, you're up to no good, and I can take care of my sister very well.
まあ、夜ちゃん、まだ手を出されたわけじゃないし。
So everything that you're saying is just hypothesis, predictions, and you're being too paranoid once again. Well, Asa, don't you think that sounds like he will at some point?
私は葵先輩だったら別に。
Well, I can't believe it. So wait, what is with that frosty vibe? Well, anyways, so what shall we do now?
どうしようって、あんたが連れてきたんでしょ。
Well, didn't you want to go with us? So you make a plan. Yeah, well, for now, I just go shopping.
私は何でもいいですよ。先輩と一緒楽しいですし。
Okay. Well, thanks, Asa. So Asa really is a nice girl. Well, not like her sister, Yoru. And despite Asa being clueless often, she does have a very interesting dream, and she does have that strong determination, and Kotori and Agaha can see it when she mentioned why she wanted to join the soaring club/circle/society.
姉さんは私と違っていい子よね。
So, what are you... Oh, so, are you a telepath?
あ、葵先輩、ペットショップ、かわいいワンちゃんがいる。
Okay. So Asa stopped all of a sudden and then dashed into the pet shop like it was drawing her in. So I wonder what's catching or getting her attention. So it seems she spotted a dog in a cage at the front of the store. Oh, poor dog. So does Asa like dogs?
姉さんは犬が大好きなの。まったく、犬なんて危ないだけの生き物なのに。
What? So yours like, well, dogs are dangerous. But if you take good care of them, they could be friendly and like your friend. Or like, wait a minute, dangerous?
だって犬って近くを通ったら吠えるし、油断すると噛まれるし、あんな獰猛な動物をペットだなんて気がどうかしてるわ。
But then again, like, it's like a Toro from A Sky Full of Stars. If you're nice to it, the dog really wants to play with you. And when he barks, it's like, come on, join me. And don't leave me behind. That kind of message. Not, I want to attack you, you're an enemy. Well, I think that's your idea about dogs are crazy. So could it be that she's scared of them? Well, I think that that's a yes. So you're always trying to hide the fact that she is afraid of dogs. It's like, well, dogs are scary. They're really bad animals. They attack you without you even noticing. So Asa continues to play with the dog at the front of the store. And it is quite adorable. Oh, so Yoru likes cats instead. Okay. So Yoru, who was scared of dogs until just now, saw a cat in a cage inside the store and tottered over to it. Okay, so she's scared of dogs but likes cats. And she gets carried away. So as expected, twins. So I wonder how Asa feels about cats. Does she hate them? So it looks like when they see something cute like animals, they lose sight of everything else around them.
よしよし、お姉ちゃんが遊んであげるからね。はい、お手。そうそう、手を。なんで途中でやめるの？ほら、お手。そうやって手を。だからなんで途中で引っ込めるかな。じゃあ、お座り。お、よし、お座りできた。じゃあもう一回。お手。手をこっちに。こっちに。
Okay?
あと少し。あと少し。違う。頭をかくんじゃなくて、私の手に持ってくるの。こっちまで。
So I think the dog is too excited that he's causing trouble for Asa. So Asa, you're not playing with the dog. The dog's playing with you. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, so basically he had the upper hand and now can't try to find a way to get the dog to play with me.
お手
Well, even though it's a cat, it still did it.
さすがヨルちゃん、すごい子。今日は楽しかったです、先輩。
Okay, so they had their fun. So Asa with dogs and Yoru with cats. So after that, we wandered around the town and then went to the underground level. So while chatting, we hung out in the stores to keep cool. So this is window shopping. It might be kind of annoying for the shopkeepers, but I hope they'll just let us off since we're just students and don't have much money. Well, I guess that's okay. So no one said anything, but we found ourselves heading back to the Flying Fish Manor, and then... So what else? So once again, Asa suddenly stopped in the streets.
あれ、見てください、葵先輩。
So what other item did Asa find exciting to share with Aoi? So what's this? So the thing that Asa was pointing to was a sign in front of a stall called the Super Spicy Habanero Kabob. So it somehow seemed like a kind of ominous food stall. Well, I have a feeling that Asa wants to try it for herself.
姉さんまた辛いもの。ほんと好きよね。
And I think she tried it before, but it didn't work because maybe it was so spicy that she couldn't handle it. Kind of like Hijiri from Kokoro Function. Asa, so do you like spicy things?
買ってきます。
Well, we'll see. So without answering my question, she rushed over to the stall as fast as she could. And she really is the type who loves the sight of everything when she sees something she likes. So do you want one as well, Yoru?
私、辛いもの嫌いだもの。あんたが行けばいいじゃない。
Pass. Well, if you want one, you can get one yourself. Well, no, I'll be okay. So it looks like the kind of thing that'll give you a stomachache.
根性なし。
Oh, wimp. Well, I prefer if you call me cautious. That's a better word. Well, I don't want to make myself sick to make some stupid point. Well, including the things at the pet shop, you two have totally different tastes, despite being twins.
双子だからって食べるものも何もかも同じだったら気持ち悪いでしょ。
Okay? Yeah, well, that's true, but you know, still.
昔からそう。姉さんと私はまるで正反対。好きなものとか嫌いなものとか。容姿はこんなにそっくりなのにね。姉さんは犬が好き。私は猫が好き。姉さんは辛いものが好き。私は甘いものが好き。姉さんは虫に強い。私は虫が大嫌い。
Well, that's interesting. So you really are different. So even though you look the same, you have opposite tastes.
そうね。だからこそ私は多分姉さんのことが好きなんだと思うし。
So I kind of envy the things that I hate because she likes it.
なんでもないわよ。
Hey, well, nothing special, okay? So don't look at me like that. With those eyes. So Yori suddenly gets mad. But is she really angry or is it her just lashing out? So he likes your sister this much, so does she think that I'm going to take her away from her? So what is it?
クレープ ブ屋ちょっと行ってくるわ。
So there's a sweet stall nearby. So crepes is like, oh, I want to have that instead. So while Asa wants to have the spicy kabob, Yoru's going to have the sweets crepe. So since I forced you to come with us, how about I treat you? So I'll pay you then. I'll pay it then.
私があなたのナンパに勝手についてきただけでしょ。大丈夫、自分で買ってくるから。
Okay. So she said as she dashed towards the crepe shop. So why was she smiling?
ただいまです。
Okay. So Asa came back as if she were changing places with Yoru. Well, that was kind of how it was.
あれ、ヨルちゃんはいないんですか？
Well, just now, she went to buy crepe like she was changing places with you.
あら、そうなんですか。残念。ヨルちゃんの分も買ってきたのに。
Well, I'm sure Yoru's like, well, no thanks. You can give it to Ioi if you're interested.
あ、そうだ。だから葵先輩がヨルちゃんの分も食べちゃってください。ヨルちゃんクレープ買ったら入らないだろうし。
There you go. And it's like, oh, so how about you're like both? So you can have my kabob and her crepe. How's that? So as she said that, Asa held out a crazy looking kabob and the filling in the middle was red. Well, I hope he can withstand it. And when she held it out to me, the distinctive spicy smell of stimulants assaulted my nose. Hey, hold on, that's...
どうぞ。男性ですし、2つくらいいけちゃいますよね。
Come on, you're a man, so you can handle this.
おすすめです。
And every time she waves it, the smell going up my nostrils makes me sweat. It's like, I'm not looking forward to this. This is... Asa, so why don't you,
あ、私、自分の分3個買っちゃいましたから、もういいです。
Oh, it's like, well, how about you have another one? It's like, it's okay. I have 3. I ate 2, so you have the last one. Asa, you are a big eater.
辛いものは別腹です。
So I wonder what happened next. So in the end, I gave and ate it, even though we were going to have dinner afterwards. And I wonder if he suffered like Hijiri from Kokoro Function. But then Hijiri's like, well, it's always good to try something new rather than that usual boring entree that you order. And she says that to Tayo. Well, needless to say, that evening I had a agonizing stomach pain. Okay. Okay, so we're back at where the other options will take us. And I wonder, so from the Asa route, did Aoi ever get to try the crepes from Yoru? And I'm pretty sure he can handle it better than the spicy kabob from Asa. So now going ahead, I went back to my room and sat down on the bed. I've got nothing to do. And having no club activities made me really realize just how long a day can be. And I take my cell phone from my pocket, and at some point I got a text. So who messaged him? For a moment I thought it is from Amane, and I hurriedly opened the message, but... Oh, so Anchan. I was a little disappointed, and while apologizing on the inside to Anchan, I read the text. So have you met Amane yet? Wait, huh? So why did you write that message to me? So she was having a meeting at our factory. She said that she might go over to the Flying Fish Manor. Wait, so Maya's coming? Uh-oh. And it's gonna be bad if she finds out that the club has been shut down by that teacher, and he's making it very difficult, almost impossible to bring it back up. And the time that the text was sent was 2 hours ago. So it pretty much means that she's gonna be here shortly. Oh, Kanako?
どうした？
Wait, what is it? So did Amane come by?
望月先輩？いや、来てないよ。
Not yet.
ゆかさん、望月先輩来てませんか？
今日は来客なかったと思うけど。
Okay, thank you. So she's coming but not here yet. So I say my thanks, then go dashing out of the dormitory.
あいつ寄らなかったのか、飛び魚村に。
So he meets Anchan instead. So when I called out to Anchan, he went to the trouble of coming around in his truck. And I got in and we drove around the station, but we saw no signs of Amane. So maybe Amane is lost and she needs directions. So I tried to call her, but she didn't answer. So maybe she already gone off or on the train.
すまん。メールじゃなく電話にしておけばよかったな。まさか寄らずに帰るとは思ってなかったんだ。
So what happened? So it looks like she had gone to Anchan's factory to order some parts. And there was no one else she could ask for such complex parts. And when she went to leave, Anchan asked, wait, are you going to go and see those guys? And she answered, well, that's what I'm planning to do. And however, she's quite fickle, so maybe she changed her mind. Or maybe she got lost and just gave up.
納品前にもう一度打ち合わせすることになってる。その時は先に教えるようにするよ。
Okay? Okay, thanks, Anchan.
寮まで送っていこう。
Well, no, here's fine. So I have some shopping to do for dinner anyways.
そうか。じゃあ、またな。
So see you later. Yeah, well, thanks, Anchan. So as Anchan's light truck drove away, I stood there dazed. So it was true that I had to do some shopping, but I didn't feel like doing it right now. So while I was maneuvering or wandering around before, So before I knew it, I found myself at the previous runway. So a few days ago, we came here to cut the grass, so it looks like it's quite tidy, but before that, it was overgrown with weeds. And between the weeds were lines of where the soil was exposed. And these are markings from where the wheels of the glider had ran over it so many times. And usually a glider is launched into the oncoming wind. However, because it was complicated to move the winch which had been positioned there to face the wind, we always launched it in the same direction. Well, that's true. But they could try to move the winch in the middle so that the glider can take off either going forwards or backwards. And that might help with the wind situation. And that's why airplanes like the runway has markings on both sides, so that it can take off either west or east depending on the wind. And in old airports or some airports, they actually have runways in different directions. So you have north and south runways and east and west runways. So I stood in the middle of the huge, wide runway and gaze towards the witch. Memories of the acceleration of being pulled by the tow rope and then floating into the sky came flooding back to me. So as I look up, I see the bright blue sky and a towering thunderhead. And I envision riding on the wing in the glider. I want to fly in our glider. I've been traveling to the airfield for the purpose of training. But flying in the glider that we made is totally different. The wind that blows over Kazagura is not the same as there. Well, I'm sure it's the environment that also matters. So we will definitely fly again. We will make sure, or we'll close that mouth of that Tobioka sensei in this sky. And as I look to the blue sky that feel like it's drawing me towards it, I feel energy building up inside me. But in the end, we couldn't find a teacher to act as an advisor. So they still had to work on that fourth objective, or the fourth requirement. To find someone qualified, I tried asking the people I knew at the airfield that I went to get my pilot license, but there was no one who could do it. I think it's too complicated for them. It's like, well, we're not students or anyone associated with the Keifu Academy, so we can't help, but it'll be very complicated, and we probably can't do that. Or we're unable to do that. Well, even so, we still did not give up. And dreaming of the day that we could fly again, we continue to work on the improvements to the glider. And time has passed. So we realized that the cries of the cicadas was getting fewer and that the end of the summer is approaching. So what are they doing now? It was a day in the second term after the summer holiday had ended. And under a sky which still had the lingering summer heat, we headed to the runway. To fly. So I kind of wonder if the owners have tried to shoo them off their properties. They go, well, you're not part of the club, you're in our property, that's illegal, so go away. So what's happening now? So a teacher who couldn't stand by and ignore us as we carried on our club activities had agreed to become our advisor. Oh, okay. And the summer will soon be over, but we're going to fly again. So after all their work, they managed to find somebody to be the advisor, and I'm sure that that person is also qualified. So basically, the last two requirements are fulfilled. Yeah, well, leave it to us, or leave it to me. I got my pilot's license for this day. I climb into the cockpit and wait for the launch preparations to be completed. And I look up through the canopy at the sky, which is as high as always. And there he goes. So we have wings, we're clumsy, so there's no way we can fly by our strength alone. But let's flap our wings as we head straight towards chasing our dreams. Okay, so this looks like the bad ending, and to be honest, I feel that this is more like the normal end, because in the end, the Soaring Club was able to find an advisor who I suppose is qualified, and they're able to fly the glider once again. And I'm sure for the aftermath, Tomiki Sensei is going to go after the advisor for offering to help them be an advisor, and for Kari because she allowed this to happen despite his efforts to keep the Soaring Club closed. So I noticed that I have room for at least one more episode, so I'm going to go back and see how the common route would end if I avoided the bad ending and am able to go onto one of the individual character routes. So let's rewind for a bit. Okay, so I went back and changed my selections, and hopefully this time I won't get the bad ending. And let's see how the common route ends. Okay, so this time it's not going to go to the bad ending, so I'd already told Kotori and Agaha about it. So they were both happy that Amane was coming to Kazigurura, and when they found out that she had left without seeing them, they said, "Well, I can't believe so Amane, you idiot." "Oh no, so what a shame. Well, I want to see her." And so on, expressing their regrets.
納品前にもう一度打ち合わせすることになってる。その時は先に教えるようにするよ。
Okay, so thanks, Anchan.
寮まで送っていこ
う。Well, no, so here's fine. And I have some shopping to do for dinner anyways.
そうか。じゃあ、またな。
Yeah, well, thanks, Anchan. So as Anchan's light truck drove away, I stood there, dazed. So in a sense, everyone's surprised that Amane is coming. More like stopping by. So it was true that I had to do some shopping, but I didn't feel like doing it right away. I want to see Amane. That feeling has suddenly become much stronger. And would I be downhearted when she finds out that the Soaring Club isn't doing so well? But more importantly, it got shut down and they can't bring it back up. But then again, I'm sure Amane will be happy to see that the glider has a new home and not being destroyed or sold to a museum. Or do I want her to praise us for working so hard? Well, I'm thirsty. I went to the convenience store in front of me to buy some juice. And then I wandered around the area. So this was to ease my feelings of not knowing what to do. Well, I'll go shopping once I calm down. So once again, he goes back to the field. So a few days ago, we came here to cut the grass, and so it looks quite tidy, but before that, it was overgrown with weeds. And between these weeds were lines where the soil was exposed. And those were marks where the wheels of the glider had ran over, so ran over it many times. And usually the glider is launched into the oncoming wind. So however, because it was complicated to move the winch which had been positioned there to face the wind, we always launched it in the same direction. So this is pretty much the same in the bad ending. So let me just keep scrolling. So as I look up, I see the bright blue sky and a towering thunderhead. I envision riding on the wind in the glider. I want to fly. So, but flying in the glider that we made is totally different. And the wind that blows over Kazigura is not the same as there. Huh? I saw someone next to the witch. And their outline was kind of blurry because it was wavering in the hot air, so I couldn't see so well. But hey, so what are you doing? And the cover of the winch was open and they were taking a look inside. Was this some sort of prank, or were they trying to steal parts? Well, anyways, I can't just leave this alone. As I dashed towards them, the person closed the cover and then noticed me. When there was about 100 meters between us, our eyes met. And the next moment, the person began to wave their hand. And then they started jumping up and down. Wait, so could it be? Should it be? Is it? Let's see. Wait, Amane! I was already running when I shouted out to surprise. So, let's see. So it is Amane. And after a year, she is back. Wait, what? So, what are you doing here? I thought you moved on. The first thing that I asked was a question like that. I was aware of the fact that the first thing I said after finally meeting again sounded kind of like I was angry. But then again, it's a surprise because I thought Amane, you were going to go back to your father's lab and work on experiments and other things that are unrelated to the soaring club and the glider.
いや、封印地がまた壊れてないかチェックしておこうと思ってな。
Well, I'm sure that's irrelevant right now.
ちゃんとメンテナンスしてるみたいだな。問題は見つからなかったぞ。
But at least the winch is still okay. Well, of course.
そうか。そうだな。君たちは私なんかと違ってしっかり者揃いだものな。
But then again, back then it was just Amane herself, so it's really hard to keep everything running. Well, no, I don't mean that. So what's wrong? So I'm asking you, what are you doing in a place like this? So why are you here?
だから封印地の調子を。
And? No, not that. So why didn't you say anything to us, then come out to a place like this? So why didn't you inform us? And it was Tatsuya or Anchan that had to let us know about what was going on. And more importantly, you didn't even show up at the Flying Fish Manor, even though that was where you were going to go. There you go.
ああ、うん。
Well, you see,
だってもう私のことなんて忘れてるんじゃないかと思って。
So how can we forget you? Aren't we always texting you? Well?
そうか、そうだったな。
So unlike a sky full of stars, we don't get to see the texts.
でもメールは仕事の依頼やクライアントからの最速メールに混ざってるから気づかないことが多くてな。
Well, I think Poltop later put it in the future games. So I remember Kokoro Function had the feature where you get to see the texts, and definitely a sky full of stars.
たまに間
えて一緒にゴミ箱に。
Uh-oh. So I heard from Anchan that you were coming, but you still didn't contact us. So,
すまない。いきなり行くと迷惑かもしれないと思ったんだ。
Well, I don't think it's an inconvenience. So why not contact us before you come?
それはそれで迷惑かもしれないし。だってもう私のことなんか。
Well, I told you. And it seems that Amai's repeating herself over and over again. So that's all I said. My voice changed to a huge sigh. It's like, oh, come on. So common sense doesn't really work on her. And anyways, this is Amai Mochizuki we're talking about here.
ごめんよ、葵くん。
No, well, I'm the one who should be sorry. But I've been calling you on your cell phone over and over. So you didn't notice that?
ああ、携帯電話ならラボに置いてきた。
Oh, so I left my phone in the lab. And I wonder if it's okay to do so.
だってあれうるさいんだ。毎日作業の進捗を聞いてきて。
Well, she can put on silent if it's too loud or it vibrates too much.
携帯電話もメールも便利な道具じゃない。人間を束縛する悪のツールだと私は思うぞ。
Well, that is kind of true. It's like, well, you know, it's kind of bad that you get stuck with cell phones. And it's a big problem with the current generation where their whole life is on a smartphone. Kind of like the Orca cards in Coco Function. So I hang my head in dismay. So what happened to all my impatience and desperation that I had until just now?
元気だったかい？
So anyways, how are you? Yeah, pretty good. And also for Kotori and Agaha.
そっか、よかった。
So how about you then, Amane?
私は普通だ。みんなから相変わらずだなって言われてるぞ。
Okay. For some reason, Amane puffs out her cheeks or chest proudly. The same as always. Well, I was relieved to hear that. So, not just that she's doing okay. Well, I thought that her being the same as always meant that she hadn't changed since the time we spent together in the garage. So Mane's not a student anymore, but she's part of the working world now. Which means that she's now an adult, so she lives in a different world to us. Well, I'm not really sure if it's different, because the same can be applied to Tatsuya or Anchan, and despite him being in the working world, he still contacts or talks to Aoi, Kotori, and Ageha from time to time.
ウインチ、メンテナンスはしているようだが、最近使われた形跡はなかったな。
Okay?
飛んでないのか？
So it's because you're not flying? Okay, so Amane can see what's wrong. Yeah, that's right. So after the demolition of the garage, I sent her a text briefly summarizing recent events. And if she hadn't accidentally deleted it along with all her work emails, she wouldn't know about this. But most of it was good news, and I didn't really write about the bad stuff. So she's already left the school, so I didn't want her to make her worry about it. So I explained that what actually has been going on.
そんなことになっていたのか。
So she knows that, so it looks like the club got shut down and that teacher, Toga Sensei, managed to get the upper hand and destroy everything related to the soaring club and make sure that there's no way for the club to come back to life. So talk to all the supporters not to support the soaring club.
すまない。 私のせいでみんなに迷惑をかけて。
But then again, it's not really Amane's fault. There you go. So if I had to say, it was Tobika Sensei's fault. There you go. But he might have his own reasons. Well, I'm sure it's because of safety. And maybe because he wants more resources to his top achieving robotics club. Well, that's just part of it. So there's hardly ever a fair compromise when it comes to the needs of adults and the needs of kids.
今日はいい具合に雲が出てて気流も荒れてるから、ここへ来れば飛んでるところを見られるかもと思ったんだ。
Oh, so that's why Amane's here. So, well, I was hoping to see some activity going on. But looks like some bad things happened and...
でもそうか。あれからまだ飛べていなかったのか。
So Amane's expression darkens, perhaps because she feels responsible. Or she feels responsible. Oh yeah, well, so do you have time after this? I'll call Ageha and Katori, so please come to our place for something to eat. So, please stop by the Flying Fish Manor, okay? So, I'll introduce you to our newest member as well.
葵くんのご飯。
Oh, so I miss Aoi's cooking. Oh, I can't wait. Amane wipes away the saliva that she had unknowingly let dribble out of her mouth.
それはとてもとても嬉しい申し出だが、もう行かなくちゃいけない。
Well, maybe next time.
帰ってすぐ仕事があるんだ。
Okay, oh really?
すまない。
Well, it's okay. So, if you contact us sooner, then, says the mumble angrily, Amane seems to hurt as she held her hands to her chest.
ごめんよ。
Well, please think about it. So, of course, we want to see you, you know.
うん、わかった。
So, the answers... Or like she answers in a childish way, so I couldn't help laughing at how funny it was.
じゃあ、私はもう行くよ。
Okay, so see you later. So by train, well, I'll go with you part of the way. I have something, or I have to go shopping anyways.
ああ、頼む。
And so that's how I had a surprise reunion with Amane. Okay, so I already told Kotori about what happened, that he met Amane, and obviously Kotori would be shocked and surprised. So we'll see how this goes in the next episode. And I'm pretty sure the next episode will be the last episode, this time around, for my Let's Play of If My Heart Wings. So, I wonder if Amane expected that Tobika Sensei was going to shut down the Soaring Club and destroy all their property and assets. Well, one, the garage in favor of the student dormitory. And, well, anyways, I'm pretty sure Amane is going to come to the Flying Fish Manor at some point and see how Kotori, Ageha, and Asa are doing. And I wonder if she can offer any help to the Soaring Club and how to bring it back to life. But then again, she isn't a student of the Cave Academy anymore. But anyways, you can see that there's a lot more going on at the end of the common route compared to that ending, where it just goes to, so we managed to find an advisor and we can finally take off again. But anyways, with all that said, I'll see you later.